Hey, this is Dr. Jeff with debtfreedr.com. So you're thinking about investing in a syndication for passive income. Well, I've put together a list of things that what you need to know as a passive investor before putting your hard-earned money to work in a syndication. All right, let's get started. Number one, we want to make sure that your goals align with the general partner or the sponsor's business plan. So, for example, my wife and I, we have two teenagers. Well, we like to invest in things that aren't very risky. We like a lower risk, which is going to, typically have a little bit lower return. But again, that's what our goals are. So knowing that, I want to find a sponsor that their business plan and their investing philosophy align with our goals. So I'm not going to invest in a project or a sponsor with a syndicator that typically focuses on new construction, that doesn't have a proven track record or proof of concept if they're going to, maybe build an apartment complex or build some sort of entertainment center or something like that. So you want to make sure that number one, you have your goals in mind, and number two, that they align with the sponsor. All right, moving right along, we're going to move to track record. So you want to make sure that you find out as much as you can, either from the sponsor's website or talking with other people. And a lot of times they'll give you a track record of the different deals that they've done. You want to ask them questions such as how many deals have you closed recently? How many have you exited, actually gone full cycle with? Did those go longer than projected? So for instance, if they thought that they projected that the deal was going to be held for 5 years. When it went full cycle, did it go longer? Did it go 6 or 7 years? Or did it actually sell in maybe 3.5, 4 years? So you want to ask about that. You want to ask about, have they had any deals gone bad? And if so, what was done? Because you want to know how they respond when things happen, such as last year. Who had predicted the pandemic hit? So you may want to ask them about any specific deals that they had or that they got into then. What did they do during that time period for, if people quit paying their rent, or, people started moving out, or any type of failures that they've had along the way. So that's very, very important. You want to find a good, solid sponsor with a good track record. All right, number three, risk. What are they doing? If you're looking at a specific deal offering that they're having, that they're putting out at a particular time, you want to ask them about what are the potential risks in that project that they're promoting, and what are they doing, or how are they planning on mitigating that risk. So you're going to find that the experienced sponsors are going to be very forthcoming about any risk. And they're going to talk to you about the specific steps that they're going to take to help minimize those risks. That's very, very important. All right. Number four, communication. A lot of times you don't really think about this, but if you have an initial call with a sponsor, you may speak with actually one of the general partners, or you may speak with whoever does their investor relations. But you want to ask, okay, Mr. Sponsor Group, if I were to invest with you guys, how do you handle communication? Is it email? Is it phone calls? If I were to email or phone call, am I going to be able to get in touch with you? Or am I going to be put off to some, college kid in a cubicle somewhere? I mean, you don't know. So you want to make sure that you ask about that. Another thing that you want to ask about is, how are deals tracked? With my investments and with the people that invest with me alongside of me, we set up an investor portal for them, just like a typical investment portal that you would find like at Vanguard or Fidelity or Charles Schwab, something like that. And you would log in. You can track all of your investments that you have. You can track your distributions when those went out. And also you'll be able to download your K-1 tax form every year and you simply take that and email that to your accountant. Speaking of K-1 tax form, that leads us to the next thing that you want to know about are tax strategies. Taxes are huge for the most of the people that join our passive investor circle, doctors, other high income earners. One of the best reasons to invest in real estate is because of the fantastic tax reduction strategies, such as accelerated depreciation and things like that that can offset your passive income. Now, one of the things that you want to ask the sponsor group is, are they going to be providing tax reduction strategies? The group that sometimes if you join a group, they may just tell you to get your own accountant. With us, with Nepali Capital, what we do is we actually have our own accountants in house, which is really nice. It's Mike Pine and Company, and what I've actually done, I've actually still have my accountant that does all the accounting for my practice, but I've also am using uh, the other accounting service now as my real estate portfolio gets larger and larger. And that way they can give me specific strategies that I can use to help mitigate taxes. So it's really, really important that whoever you're going to invest with, that they provide some type of tax strategy and some tax planning for you as well before you invest. And last but not least, you want to make sure that the sponsor group believes in their deal offering enough that they have skin in the game. That's very important. So, again, these are the 6 things that you really should think about before investing in a syndication, really in any deal. So, I wanted to ask you a favor. If you think that this video, this information has helped, I would appreciate if you like it. And if you think it would provide value for somebody else that you know, feel free to share it, and would really appreciate you subscribe to my channel. And that way, anytime we put these types of videos out, you'll be the first one to know. Again, I'm Dr. Jeff Anzalone with debtfreedr.com. Take care.